This is the most famous tapestry in the world, the Apocalypse from the Angers Cathedral in central France. Woven in only 24 different shades of wool, it combines richness of inspiration with simplicity in execution. Tapestry making is an old art in France. At its height in the 14th and 15th centuries, the tapestries in those days were all made with the same economy of color, whether they portrayed the pomp of feudal life or the subtle beauty of the lady with the unicorn. This small town beside the Creuse River is Aubusson, as famous a name in the history of tapestry as Beauvais or Gobelin. During the 18th century, tapestry making, by exaggerating the delicacy of the stitch and multiplying enormously the number of colors, began to degenerate into a mere imitation of painting. For the last few centuries, the industry declined, and in 1936, the Aubusson studios, working only part-time, were producing nothing more than mediocre, although expensive, copies of paintings. Then a group of modern artists undertook an experiment at Aubusson. They decided to return to the ancient tradition of tapestry making, in which the eye and imagination of the artist work for the hands of the weaver, in which the artistic whole is planned from the point of view of the materials, the loom, the wool, and the weave. Leader of the group, head of this new school at Aubusson, is Jean Lurcat, a painter from Lorraine. He likes the hard, the vigorous, the unaffected. He set up his studio on a hilltop in the center of France, in the ruins of a Moorish castle. Tapestry is a mural art. Like fresco painting, the artist must see his subject on a vast plane. Think of it in terms of a large surface. These square pieces of white paper will only make up the pattern. Once the model is finished by the artist, the craftsman will slip it under his loom and reproduce it faithfully in colored wools. The pattern is the same size as the future tapestry. As he draws, the painter never forgets that it must be woven before it is completed, that it is destined to become part of interior decoration. Like the tapestry weavers of the Middle Ages, Lurçat begins with nature and then eliminates superfluous detail. He stylizes. He knows that the lines must be clean, almost geometrically precise, because they mark the path the woof must follow on the warp of the loom. Conceived in terms of pattern rather than painting, no perspective destroys the balance of the mural. Depth is only suggested. The artist continues to work even when he is not standing in front of the blank squares of white paper. Everything he does somehow adds up to what he says in the tapestry. Night also furnishes ideas, images, a chance idea, a rough sketch, and the artist has captured something new to be transformed into tapestry. This world of the artist's imagination is a world of form and color, yet the pattern that is finally turned over to the weaver consists of a simple black and white line sketch with important contrasts marked in black and white wash. By numbering or lettering each small section of the sketch, the painter indicates the exact color he wants for every section. These numbers and letters correspond to a scale of colors in which the wools have been previously dyed. Instead of 11,000 different shades of color matched by the eye of the weaver as in the 19th century, the aubusson school has returned to the technique of the Middle Ages, limited itself to about 30 colors. The weaver has only to choose the wool bobbin corresponding to the number on the sketch. A square foot of tapestry that formerly took 6 months to make can be woven today on the same loom in 2 weeks. The use of large stitches from specially created modern patterns cuts the cost. This has made possible the commercial revival of tapestry weaving. This, together with the fact that many of France's outstanding painters, Miron, Dufy, Picasso, and Rouault, are working with Lurçat, designing special canvases. The looms of Aubusson are working again. They are working at their old craft, but with new ideas. In the hands of skilled craftsmen, new beauty is being added to the world we live in.
Il ne va plus beau.